Right, hang on. Okay. So, hey guys and girls, welcome back. Just want to do a little political video. Hopefully I can get a couple videos in. Today I want to just do some sort of my own sort of opinions on the weeks of the news and political stuff, like realistic stuff, what's been going on in the world and whether any of us can change what has happened or what hasn't happened. So, first topic. Okay. That could be, the topics could be either on sports, it could be anything on just news in general. So, today, tonight I was watching football and watched the match between Wales and Portugal. And I was actually rooting for Portugal for one fact reason. Now, as good as Wales is, they're not that great. They're good, but they're not as great as Portugal. Portugal have a lot of stamina. They have a lot of speed, and their counteractions with the ball are just spot on. They pass the ball just like anything, really, to be honest. They pass it quick, fast, and that's why they score all these goals for. And, well, I find that when they won 2 goals today, Portugal, and they got the 2 goals on Wales, I was saying thank you very much, because I also didn't like the attitude that Wales actually gave off, right? Wales, either the football team or the fans, gave off the laughter, sadistic laughter of when England got kicked out. And even though Wales got this far, they still didn't make it to the big league now, did they? I'm not having a tiff, I'm just giving my opinion about it. So don't get too upset, don't get crying because you're not going to the finals and all that kind of shit. It's just my political side opinion about it. So yeah, I'm glad Portugal are through. I want Germany to get into the finals, kick the shit out of France. Hopefully it goes down to penalties tomorrow, and I'll be rooting for the German side. They are actually quite tough, especially when they're taking on France. It's going to be a fucking good game. I mean, don't get me wrong, with Wales and Portugal, that was a whitewash today. What we saw from Portugal was devastating, to the point Ronaldo just kicked the shit out of Gareth Bale and just made him look like a right dickhead. Just my opinion. Right, so basically I want Germany to go into the finals. I want France not to. I want Germany to go in there, try their hardest to win, and also Portugal, because it's going to be a good match, whoever wins anyway. Or whether France gets in tomorrow, still be a good game. I hope either the French, the Germans, or the Portuguese people, I don't mind who wins out of the finals. It's going to be an absolutely astonishing game. But with Wales, it wouldn't have happened anyway, because Portugal are fucking phenomenal at football, and nothing can touch them, especially when they're near the finals or in the finals now. Watching it. Right, so let's go to topic 2. Okay, So what we're going to do, topic 2. I'm just using my little tablet just to pick up some of the most popular reports, look on the news feeds, give my opinions about it, and yeah, I'll try and do it at least a couple of times a week, try and give some of my side of the news and all that, of what's been going on in the world. Right, and what I think about the world and the universe in general and stuff. So hopefully it'll be good. Right, today on the news, we had Tony Blair getting added up for war crimes and all of that. They're doing a report about him getting into the war crimes and that. And I think he should be... reported. I think he should be put to prison because he did start this war between the Iraqis and all that kind of stuff, and Syria and all that kind of stuff going on. This is a defiant Tony Blair defended his decision. I mean, how can you defend something when it's politically in front of you and it's just political lies? This is what MPs do. They lie to the point where they get you to believe what they think about them, what you think about the actual MPs themselves. And I think it's absolutely disgraceful. To be honest, like, they get in there as well because they've got the power. And it's a bit like David Cameron, and where he's actually making people worse off, like to do with the bedroom tax. He's fucking them over with the bedroom tax. And then when Corbyn confronted him about it and said, well, seeming you're leaving in a few months, how about you actually get rid of the bedroom tax? But he didn't back down. He didn't say anything about that. So God only knows that we're in for a big one. And I mean a fucking big one. Okay, so it says here, a defiant Tony Blair defended his decision to go to war in Iraq in 2003 following the publication of the devastating report by Sir John Chilcot, which marred the ex-Prime Minister's reputation. Said that at the time of the 2003 invasion, which is about 13 years ago back, so about 13 years ago, the invasion of Saddam Hussein's posed no imminent threat. Okay, well, to be honest, they did not find any nuclear weapons in Iraq when they went to actually have a look. There was nothing now, so why do you kill someone, right, without actually having any proof at all? I mean, it's just like blaming someone for something they haven't even done, like a crime they haven't committed or anything like that. And it just kind of pisses me off to the fact that people can get away with stuff, like the bad guys can get away with stuff, but then again, the good guys end up getting screwed over. I mean, it's like these guys who went to war in 2003 and done the invasion of Saddam Hussein and that. And then a lot of them got killed. They didn't have the proper body armour. They didn't have... well, they actually weren't even well, some of them, apparently. It was just, there will not be a day when I do not relive and rethink what happened, he added. But then again, would it have made any difference? Would it have made anything? Would it have changed anything if it had had something different? I mean, him thinking now, saying to himself, "Oh, well, I could have done that. I could have done this," but then didn't. Kind of fucked up the whole type of war between this. I mean, to be honest, nobody wants to go off to war. Nobody wants to go to war because too many lives are at stake when war goes on. People die, people don't come back, mistakes happen, and it's just a fact. Right, so Blair also said the Iraq inquiry set up by his successor Gordon Brown back in 2009 shut down long-standing claims that he had lied about the war to the British public and cynically manipulated the intelligence where there had been mistakes. There were minor ones involving planning and process. He said, I couldn't accept criticism that British soldiers died in vain. So he was getting criticised by it, that the British soldiers died in vain, and he took no bullshit and he just lied about it. That's what they're trying to say. Blair's extraordinary 2-hour press conference came after Chilcot, a retired civil servant, published his long-awaited report into the Iraq debacle in the end, and 7 years after hearings first began, it was a more far-reaching and damning document than many had expected. Blair's style of government and decision making. It also revealed that in a remarkable private note sent on the 28th of July 2002, Blair promised Bush, I will be with you whatever. He didn't. Screwed him over, leaving him to the big fishes to get gobbled up. That's what it is. It's a political thing. That's what MPs do. They screw people over. I mean, it's like Boris Johnson's long-time friend, just stabs him in the back and said he wants to be the political leader, right, of the Conservatives to get into Parliament and become the Prime Minister for the UK after we had that debate on whether to stay in the EU or not. Well, that was kind of a bit typical. Anyway, it also revealed that in a remarkable private note that was sent July 2002, Blair promised Bush, I will be with you for whatever. The head of Iraq war inquiry said the UK's decision to attack and occupy a sovereign state for the first time since the Second World War was a decision of utmost gravity. Chilcot described Saddam as undoubtedly a brutal dictator who had repressed and murdered many of his own people and attacked his neighbours. Okay, so basically now you're getting into a point now where your country's getting overruled, getting killed by your own leader, and then suddenly the leader gets killed. The leader goes around and kills all the people, and then our country has to get involved some way. To be honest, I think wars are actually made when people of other countries interfere in people's other countries. If it wasn't for the fact our country got involved in Iraq in the first place, none of this would have happened. Saddam wouldn't have got killed. He would have got killed, but by his own people. But that's how it should have been. He should have got killed by his own people, not by our people, or the Americans should not have got involved. And then I heard on the news it looked like the Americans are trying to say, oh, well, it was all the UK's fault. How can it be all the UK's fault? We didn't want to go into war. I mean, if you think about it, war actually equals death, which means loads of people would have died. So it wouldn't have gone down too well if we all got blamed. I think a lot of the Americans actually got involved in that, like they did when Bin Laden actually got fucking assassinated. But then again, it makes me wonder if Bin Laden's still alive, and it's all a conspiracy, and it's all the Americans, the government over in America, who's actually got this conspiracy going. Makes you wonder. I mean, a lot of shit going on. You hear about all the time. Back the 9/11, saying it was all a setup and all this kind of shit. And that is just my opinion on it. I don't believe in conspiracies, but it's just what you hear on the internet. Whether it's all true or not, we'll find out one day or not. The truth always comes out. Yeah, so... what else? News. So let's go to a third and final one. Let's see what other news. Okay, so this is about this is a tragic one this time. Two children and two children aged 2 and 3 died after the car they were in crashed into a lock. That is LOCK, so a bit like the Loch Ness. Police Scotland has said. Police were called to the incident on the A816 north of Kilmelford, near Oban in Argyll at about 1600 BST. A helicopter and Coast Guard team had been searching Loch Nan Drumen, which is on the Oban to Loch Gilhead Road, 17 miles from Oban. A 36-year-old woman was taken to Oban Hospital as a precaution and released after treatment, police added. Relatives of the two children have been made aware of the crash. Police said work to recover the vehicle from the water is continuing. Inspector Darren Fords said 2 young children have lost their lives, and our thoughts, condolences go out to the family of those involved in this tragic incident. He said inquiries will continue to establish the circumstances of the crash. But you hear it all the time, don't you? You hear about the accidents and all of that. Yeah, you hear about all these sort of like tragic accidents happening on the roads. To be honest, people should be aware of the incidents of cars crashing, and actually should be more locked in as well. There should be more of a safe child lock on the actual belts itself, the car seat belts, because I find that if you've got a car seat belt on, sometimes they're not as like tight as they should be, and a lot of cars should have them fitted in properly so they don't come out. And I think my condolences go out to the families who lost their kids or their children and all that in that incident. But it's just one of these tragic events that happens, I'm afraid. But it's nothing that people can't do. It's a shame there's not like a sort of like a time machine that is invented by scientists, where the time traveling is in effect, whether you can travel in time. But it's one of these bloody things like scientists have to find about the universe. Because the universe is a mystery, to be honest. We haven't found everything. We haven't even touched the surface of our universe and what we're capable of as humans and all that. But it's a strange world we live in anyway. Cheers all for watching, guys, and girls. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do like the video, do put some thumbs up for me, or thumbs down if you didn't like it. Just trying to do something different in my sort of reports on my own reports of it, of the news in general, either daily, whether it would be something you would want me to do on a daily basis. I'm only doing a couple of them, but whether I might expand it a little bit more, just let us know, and cheers all for watching.